If your objective was to prevent Canadian businesses from succeeding in the global economy, how would you do it? If you really wanted to reduce global carbon emissions, here are the first two things you could do. One, unleash Canadian natural gas. Permit it to be developed, produced, exported without onerous regulation, red tape, carbon taxes, and endless environmental assessment. Canadian natural gas could displace massive amounts of coal in China, India, and numerous other countries that produce most of the carbon emissions on this planet.
Professor Pardy, I have a couple of quotes that are attributed to you here. I quote, "There is no rationale for Canada to have any emissions reductions targets of any kind." Another quote, "Anthropogenic climate change theory is like a zombie. It won't die no matter the evidence." Are those your quotes?
No, I don't recall the second one, but the first one definitely so, yes.
Okay, so do you believe that climate change is caused by greenhouse gas emissions from human activities?
So I'm not a scientist, sir. I'm a lawyer.
Good. That was actually my next question.
So I am not here to debate science.
Okay, good.
The science of climate with you.
I'm glad. That was my next question.
Hold on.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
My next question was whether or not you had any academic training in climatology or environmental science, and you answered that question gratefully. We have many experts here, so I'll go over to Dr. Ellen Quigley. Dr. Ellen Quigley, do you believe that climate change is caused by greenhouse gas emissions from human activities?
It's not a belief, it's an established scientific fact.
Thank you very much. I agree with that, and I appreciate that. So we have a lot of work to do in Canada, as you very rightly pointed out. Dr. Quigley, do you believe that greenhouse gas emissions should be measured by flag or per capita or by GDP when we're looking at how a country is performing in terms of their emissions reductions targets?
That was exactly my thought hearing about China. Our per capita emissions are significantly higher than China's, and that is a source of reputational harm to Canada as a country that is otherwise respected.
Thank you for that. And could you point to the reasons why Canada tends to have the highest per capita emissions in the world?
Well, it's in expansion mode when all of the other wealthy countries are expanding nowhere near to the same degree as we are. The main source of growing emissions for us comes from expanding oil and gas. Even though many other countries are, of course, still extracting, the growth is nowhere near the levels that we're experiencing.
Thanks, Dr. Quigley. I recently read that the most recent year on record with respect to the production of natural gas in Canada was a record year for the production of natural gas. Yet, witnesses on this committee and others have pointed to an inability of Canada to extract things like natural gas. Do you feel that Canada has an inability to extract things like natural gas from our natural resources economy?
No, clearly Canada is very good at that, but I will just point out that the methane emissions associated with natural gas need to be incorporated into our analyses and actually can be worse than coal depending on the level of leakage of methane, which is an extremely potent greenhouse gas.
Indeed it is. I remember that from grade 9 science. Thank you very much.